So, apart from me looking in the mirror, this is the funniest thing I've seen all day. And this is why no one can insult me. I'm doing it perfectly fine myself. Anyway, no, this is pretty funny though, because no one was wanting this. Despite negative reviews and seemingly poor viewership, Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft gets a second season. It's like Velma, where you knew it was going to be bad, but people were hate watching it. This, people unfortunately gave it the benefit of the doubt and were like, oh, maybe it may not be so bad. Well, because people watched it, apparently, even though the numbers are bad and it's getting negatively reviewed, that's enough for them to say, oh, make a second season. Unless they already had a second season, like a deal where like, oh, yeah, make the show 2, 3 seasons or whatever, which is usually what it is. But Rings of Power, same thing. No one liked it. Second season. Unfortunately, we need more shows getting the Acolyte treatment where they just get canceled after one season. But Crystal Dynamics announced that the Netflix animated series Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft will receive a second season despite negative reviews and seemingly poor viewership. In a blog post on the Tomb Raider website, it announced, "We're thrilled to announce the season 2 is confirmed." Furthermore, the company shared a log line for the second season, where adventurer Lara Croft discovers a trail of stolen African Orishi masks, and she joins forces with her best friend Sam to retrieve the precious artifacts. But she won't keep them because taking things that are other cultures is wrong. Taking artifacts and things like that belong to other cultures, is just terrible, and you shouldn't do it. Laura's thrilling new adventure takes her around the globe as she delves deeper into the hidden secrets of the Orisha history, dodges the machinations of a dangerous and enigmatic billionaire who wants the masks for himself, while discovering the relics contain dark secrets and a power that defies logic, much like the fact that this show got a second season. Power that may, in fact, be divine. Wow. Enthralling. Riveting. Really on the edge of your seat stuff. Of note, the announcement does not say that the season was renewed. It was just said that it was confirmed. It's quite possible that a second season was always planned and was even part of the initial deal. That's what I said in the beginning. That appears to be the case with Netflix's deals with Mattel, where they ordered a total of 52 episodes for the She-Ra and the Princess of Power reboot that ran for 2 years and 5 seasons. She-Ra. She doesn't have any power. Entertainment analyst, wow, and co-host of Clownfish TV, Neon, shared on Twitter in September, She-Ra got canceled after its initial episode order, which was a pretty generous 52 episodes. Or pretty generous. 52 episodes is pretty much the norm for a show that they intend to push into syndication. The toys flopped. Tell is not revisiting DreamWorks She-Ra, only classic. He added, "There's no movies or season 6 in the works, and nobody talks about or thinks about that show in 2024. It was here and gone, like not just Netflix, just mostly everything. Think of the movies, the games, the TV shows by just in a couple months. Are you gonna really remember? Are you gonna remember them? Games like Unknown 9. Are you gonna remember it? Are you gonna remember the characters? No. Rings of Power. Even though it's going to continue for a while, no one's really thinking about it. You know, people will think about it when they mention it, but it's not like people going about today. He's like, oh man, You know, a really good show, Rings of Power. I could sure go for some Rings of Power right now. Acolyte, same thing. No one's gonna remember it because everything's so dead and hollow now. You know, they make things that are supposedly for the fans, but they never actually are. They never actually are. Because people are looking at this show and it's like, this is not Lara Croft. This is not the version of Lara Croft that we want to see. Um, so nevertheless, the confirmation of a second season comes in the wake of a seemingly poor viewership for the show. In the week that it released, the show failed to chart the Netflix's top 10 most watched English language TV shows. 1.8 million views, which was the amount of views Prison Break season 1 generated. And then here's the little chart. Outer Banks number 1, Prison Break number 10, Unsolved Mysteries, The Amazing Digital Circus, Monster. Oh, this is number 3. But Lyle and Eric, the Lyle and Eric Mendez story. Not only was the show not chart in it, not only did the show not chart in its first week, but it failed to chart in its second week. Yep. Yep, and it's not there. And it's not there. Not only did the show have poor viewership, it has also received a ton of negative reviews. Yep. Yep, those are a lot of negative reviews. Those are all the bad far-right extremists trying to bring down this perfectly good and stunning show. They hate women like Lara Croft, even though they want like the old Lara Croft, which is also a woman. But they hate women. On Rotten Tomatoes, the show has an even worse score from viewers. Its score has 32%. Of course. I mean, 73 is still not good. You know, for an audience score or critic score, 73, you would expect to be like, oh my god, this show is so stunning and brave, we're gonna give it like a 98. But 73? 73. Kind of like IGN giving them a 5. So when critics who are paid are like, you have IGN that like shills and creams for everything, and they're like, maybe it's not that good of a show. When even the shills are like, YouTube Critical Drinker also lampooned the show. He said, aside from the god-awful Resident Evil series that I'm having, yeah, Tomb Raider is a effing embarrassment. That shames the very name of Lara Croft. Lara Croft. Not, we should just Larry Croft, because we can't associate her with the other Lara Croft. This is Larry. It's not Lara Croft. Not Lara Croft. It's Larry Croft. Lawrence, or what other name is kind of similar to Lara? I don't know. Saying that it sacrifices character and story integrity to work in the tedious and cringy tropes of modern writing, wastes its talent voice cast and clunky dialogue, and rams it all the way home with animation that looks about 20 years out of date. In short, it's a boring and pandering mess that proves once again why Lara Croft absolutely cannot be adapted for modern audiences. But why though? Um, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm a bit surprised. Um, but you know, if they made the deal and it's like, oh, you need to give us this amount of episodes. You know, they can't really just cancel. They kind of have to fulfill their side and make X amount of episodes. So I'm guessing this will probably have about 2, 3 seasons, whether people watch it or not. Because, yeah, Netflix is kind of bound to this now, and so. But it's a bad show. You know, if you have shills that are saying, yeah, it's bad, you know, IGN saying it's mediocre, you have Rotten Tomatoes like, um, I guess we'll give it like a 70 something. Yeah, you know it's bad. You know it's bad. When the paid shills don't even want to shill. When the shills ain't shilling, you know it's bad. So, but yeah, let me know if you've watched it. I would watch it, but I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience for it. So, yeah, let me know if you've seen it or watched it and what you think. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.